This is James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm at the Matchroom HQ today for the kind of end of summer cook-off, would that be the right word?
Yeah, cook-off, eat-off. I think it'd be more about an eat-off with who's here today.
Indeed, indeed. With me I've got trainer, promoter and boxing manager Dave Coldwell. How are we doing, Dave?
Very good, mate. How are you?
I'm good, man. I say looking very debonair and dapper in the shades, mate.
Oh, the sun's out, so you know, you've got to have your sunglasses out when the sun's out. My excuse is it stops me from getting hay fever in the eyes, so it's all good.
Indeed. We just saw Kelbrook arrive by helicopter.
Wow.
What was that? What was going on there?
Listen, he's come a long way. He's come a long way from back in the day when he first started out. All of a sudden now he's flying, taking about an hour and 3 minutes from Sheffield to London.
Incredible.
Wow, great.
Absolutely incredible. Fantastic big show coming up for yourself on Saturday, being Tony Bellew's trainer now. Can you talk to me a little bit about how Tony Bellew's preparation's been? It's
gone fantastic. I mean, listen, everybody says it goes fantastic, but as a trainer, I'm happy. I'm happy where he's at. And the most important thing is that he's happy where he's at. He's happy with the improvements that he's making, and he sees that he's becoming a better fighter. A lot's been made about the weight. Some people think, oh, it shouldn't be. You know, he's no good at cruiserweight. Some people understand that he is a natural cruiserweight. The thing is, when you look at him on Saturday, and you look at the size of them, and just how he's filled. You know, he's allowed his body to fill back out. The weight that he used to have to take off to get down to light heavyweight was just unbelievable. You can't imagine taking a good 27, 28 pounds off him when you see him, you know, when you see him weighing in on Friday. So you know, he's a lot healthier, he's a lot stronger mentally, he's a lot happier. But it's transferring into his training. He's not being a slob because he's moved up to cruiserweight. He had to do that because light heavyweight was just killing him.
This will be your third fight working with him as his sole trainer.
Second fight, yeah.
Excuse me, as his sole trainer. How do you think he's progressed or changed since you first come across him?
There's certain things that I've wanted to add to his game. He's a quality fighter anyway, but there's certain things that I want to add to his game, and also mentally as well. Rather than being reckless and just, you know, having too much rage about him, you've got to kind of like control it, and I, you know, I like to call it intelligent bombing. You know, I want to bring back the exciting Tony Bomber Bellew, which you saw against Rudolph. You know, he was letting go of his hands at a good pace, you know, in his first cruiserweight fight. You know, and so I want to bring that back because people were excited about him, and then it went a little bit where people were criticising because it wasn't exciting. Now, if you're struggling to make a weight and all your energies are trying to make that weight, you don't go in that ring feeling like you're strong, feeling like you're safe enough to stand there, let your hands go, and maybe exchange punches because you know what your limitations are. Now, back at cruiserweight, you know, he has got that confidence back. So you're seeing more of the puncher that he was. And yeah, I'm happy with the things that we're working on. I'm not going to say everything is we're working on. It's just little bits that you look to adapt and to take away some of the mistakes. And he's more fluid. I think you'll see him more of a fluid fighter now. The people that are around him are saying he looks more fluid, more relaxed in the ring, rather than a bit stiff and jerky. But yeah, I'm happy as a trainer, and he's happy as a fighter. That's the main thing. The ultimate thing is that we get the result on Saturday night.
Well documented, a fantastic fight between Nathan Cleverly and Tony Bellew, a light heavyweight. That first one was absolutely epic. A lot of people now, with them both moving up weight, gearing towards potentially a big stadium fight for them too. Would that be a fight Tony Bellew wants?
Obviously yes, because he wants to clean up his loss to Cleverly. The first fight was a close fight.
Very close.
People have got opinions of whether Tony won it or Cleverly got it. Bottom line is Cleverly won. You know, it's on in the record, but Cleverly won. But it was a close fight. Nobody got robbed. You know, and he wants to go back in there and I can't see how people see that it's the same fight. When one man's struggling and killing himself to make a weight, he's ultimately not going to be at his best going into a fight. No matter how good a performance it is, you know, and how close a fight. You take Bellew to cruiserweight division, where he's not going to be struggling to make that weight, and where he is more comfortable and he's stronger, he's faster, he's got more energy levels. and I think it's a completely different fight. You know, personally, I 100% confidence in Tony knocking Cleverly out. You know, I really do. I think listen, don't get me wrong, it's a hard fight. It's a good fight. It's a great fight. But I think ultimately, I think Tony will knock him out.
I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Chad GAYNOR versus AHMET PATERSON. This is coming to purse bids now, with yourself looking after Chad.
I'm just waiting off the board to find out whether we won the purse bids or not.
I'm led to believe Frank Warren's recently signed AHMET PATERSON, so yeah, it could be an absolute barstorm on that one, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's a class fight. You know, that's the reason. You know, obviously it's a title for Chad, but it's a class fight. AHMET PATERSON's a quality fighter, slick. He's a lovely, slick stylist. But I believe that Chad beats him. You know, the problems that Patterson can pose. I think to be honest, with Chad sparring with the likes of Kell Brook, fighting Adelanwa, you know, he's had those sort of problems given to him before.
Fantastic victory for Chad over Adelanwa.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, brilliant! What a shot! You know, it is one of the knockouts of the year. In fact, for me, you know, the way that it went, the way that Anwar went down, it was a 50-50 fight. You know, that's a knockout of the year, especially domestic-wise. I really do think so. But you know, that fight's done now, and in Patterson, he's got to go and he's facing a fresh fighter again, skills, slick, all that, and he's got to go and do a similar sort of job.
It looks to be a good fight, good clash of styles. AHMET PATERSON, he's very stylistic, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Chad, he likes to fight. He's got a punch on him.
Yeah, but he can box as well. He can box. I mean, if you remember him in his only loss when he got beat by Glenn Foot, he got tagged. I think it was the second round. He got hurt in the second round, and his defence after that, his head movement, his defence, well, that was fantastic. And Foot didn't land another shot after that. So that shows that Chad can box as well. You know, and everyone's raving about that. And that for me, that little bit. 30 seconds of that fight after he got tagged showed that he's got what it takes, you know, because a lot of good prospects and everything, when they get tagged, they get to pieces, they'll be rigid, you know, and they're there to be hit again and again. Whereas he kept his wits about him, and his defence that you haven't seen in all his previous fights all of a sudden came out of him. And so, you know, he can mix it up. He can defend and he can attack. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You've got to respect Chad. Tough, very tough fight. Glenn Foot, no one really wanted to fight him at that time, so the fact that Chad got in there with him.
Well, that's it.
Adelanwa again.
The Anwar fight was especially because, you know, look at this. We have these sort of stuff.
They're leaving without you, babe. You better run.
I know. I'm leaving early. I think they're coming back to pick us up in a bit. No, I think, you know, the Anwar fight was a big one because it was a big local derby as well. You know, with Anwar being from Leeds, being a seasoned fighter, seasoned pro, and I think, you know, the way that Chad held himself together in that fight, the build up, you know, everything about it, nice and patient, and he just dropped the shots in and they did the job. So, you know, he's maturing as a fighter. So I'm excited about Chad GAYNOR. I think he's going to be a very. Listen, he's still a prospect. I'm not shouting from rooftops saying he's a superstar yet, but he's a very good prospect, and I think domestically, he's one of our exciting prospects to keep an eye out on.
Indeed. Well, listen, I wish you the best of time in Sardinia tomorrow.
Cheers.
It's a hard life. If you do get a chance, go across to Corsica, half-hour journey.
Will do.
It's like a big
it's a working holiday because we've got our academy out there, boxing academy, Boxing Academy.
In Sardinia?
Yeah, in Forte Village, in Sardinia. So we've got at the moment this week, because I was supposed to be going on for 2 weeks, but obviously training BELLEW, I can't go this week. So we've had Billy Nelson and Mark Willey, conditioner who I had on board with me for all my fighters in the past, including Ryan Rhodes, he's worked with Kell, everybody. So them two have been out there this week, and then I fly out there the morning after Tony's fight on Sunday morning with my family, and we're working out there doing that for the second week, and then the night before we fly back, the following Saturday 19th, I've got Steve Williams boxing for the WBA Continental title out in Milan. So I fly over there. Yeah, we've had him out quickly twice in the last couple of months since he signed with us, and his third fight is going to be a title fight, a WBA Continental. So, you know, we've got him the opportunity, and it's a case of moving forward. Hopefully we can grab it with both hands, and then we see where we go with him.
Alright, well Dave, thank you for giving me a bit of time today.
Cheers, mate.
I said I really enjoyed what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing with Coldwell Promotions as well.
Thanks.
Loving the app.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, keep doing your thing, mate. Thanks for giving
Nice
our
one.
a bit of
Thanks,
time.
mate.